Chocolate and Cheese, Series 3, Chapter 35, Crowd Surfing, read by Zane Carnie. The sound of 1,000 voices carried to the front gates of the Taupo Amphitheatre as Sam, Ginny, Molly, Jack, and Lars all walked through the gates into the increasing crowd. "Molly, what is this?" asked Sam, shouting over the thousands of voices and music. "A concert!" shouted Molly. "For who?" asked Sam. "What?" asked Molly. "Who's playing?" asked Sam. "No, the Who aren't playing," said Molly. "No, I mean..." "Never mind," said Sam, as he turned to his side to see his bandmate and best friend Lars beside him, and Lars's girlfriend Jenny beside Lars. "So you had a good trip?" asked Sam. "Wasn't too bad. Explored Wellington, met some people." "Oh, you'll never guess who I met on the train," said Lars excitedly. "Who?" asked Sam. Lars opened his mouth to reply as the concert announcer began to speak over him. "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Jack Johnson," said the announcer. Suddenly, Jack Johnson walked out onto the stage, accompanied by a cloud of smoke. "Him! I met him!" shouted Lars, pointing at Jack Johnson on stage. "Yeah, right," said Sam, clearly unconvinced. I stuttered Lars before he was cut off by Jack Johnson. "This first song goes out to a friend I met on a train here to Taupo. A lost dude just looking for his way home," stuttered Jack Johnson. "Well, he could mean anyone," said Sam. "So this one goes out to Lars," finished Jack Johnson as he grabbed his guitar. Lars turned to look at Sam with an "I told you so" face. Suddenly, Lars's face changed to extremely happy as Jack Johnson began to play Banana Pancakes. Sam picked up Lars and began to move towards the stage. Sam, put me down!" shouted Lars. As Sam reached the stage, Jack Johnson instantly spotted and recognized Lars. "Hey, it's the guy! It's Lars! Get up here!" said Jack Johnson, pulling Lars onto the stage. "And your friend too, yeah, of course!" said Jack Johnson, as he pulled Sam onto the stage too. Suddenly, Sam and Lars stood beside their idol, Jack Johnson, who was singing their favourite song. Sam felt Jack Johnson grab his back and push him towards the front of the stage. "What are you doing?" stuttered Sam, before he was pushed off the stage, only to land on a sea of people. Next came Lars, who received a push with more force from Jack Johnson. Sam and Lars began to crowd surf over the thousands of people to their favourite song being performed by their idol. By the end of the song, they'd both been returned to the stage as they stood once more beside Jack Johnson and took their bows. Minutes later, Sam and Lars were back in the crowd, standing with Ginny, Jack, and Molly, drinks in hand. "Guys, I just wanted to say thank you for everything. I love you guys," said Lars, as his voice adopted an emotional tone. "We love you too, man," said Sam, also feeling the emotion. Molly then turned to Jack. "Jack, I have to say, I love you too," said Molly. "I love you too, Molly," said Jack, as he and Molly swiftly pulled each other close and began to kiss. "I have something to say too. I love you," said Ginny, as she pulled Lars closer to her by the collar of his shirt. "Oh, really?" asked Lars, as he pulled Ginny's face closer to his and kissed her. As they kissed, time seemed to stand still, and everyone else disappeared, as if it was only the two of them. They released from the kiss, and Lars turned to Sam. "Thank you, bro," said Lars as he grabbed Sam in a hug. No, thank you," replied Sam. "I'm looking forward to Australia, man," said Lars excitedly, as he released from the hug. "Me too, man. That's our next big adventure," said Sam. "Well, here's to chocolate and cheese in Australia," said Lars, as he raised his drink. "To Australia!" shouted Jenny, Sam and Lars in unison, as they all raised their drinks to the night sky. The end. Until Series 4, of course.